Skyrim has more mods than some cities have people. Although this can bring about some incredible works of art that are universally loved, it also gives us concepts and ideas that are a little more niche. And today, those are exactly the kinds of mods we're going to be looking at. These are the weirdest, wildest, and most disturbing mods you can find for Skyrim. Number 1. Skyrim may be an incredible game, but it gets many things wrong. One of the biggest things it gets wrong is how substances are handled. Instead of having a cool trip, visual and/or auditory hallucinations, and a terrible hangover the day after, substances in Skyrim are treated no differently than eating bread or honey. Surely, even the Dragonborn feels the effects of that moon sugar juice. Skyrim on Skooma solves this issue in one of the most creative ways possible. Now, instead of shrugging off a swig of the most potent drug in all of Tamriel, your vision will be altered. But that's only the beginning, as you slowly descend into one of 69 unique scenarios. You'll be chased by mammoths made of cheese, surrounded by dancing guards, and even have a conversation with a damn cabbage. Somehow, the author has managed to keep all the ridiculousness found in this mod lore-friendly, so don't be afraid of losing your immersion. Number 2. Divine punishment for mention of arrows in the knee might have a wordy name, but its premise more than makes up for it in simplicity. Once installed, the game will play like normal. Hell, for most of your playthrough, you'll probably forget that you even downloaded it. But that'll quickly change as soon as one of those damn guards utters that wretched phrase about an arrow in the knee. Now, instead of quietly going about the day with mild annoyance after hearing the phrase, you can witness the god's displeasure with the guard's cowardice. Just sit and watch as the gods nonchalantly throw a damn lightning bolt out of the sky and into the guard's spine. Best of all is that you won't even get a bounty. Number 3. You know what Skyrim was missing? A fast food chain. That's probably what the mod author behind Burger Jarl thought of when he came up with the idea of the mod. Now, when you walk across the outskirts of Whiterun, you'll notice a new shop has opened business. Burger Jarl, the hottest spot to get a bite to eat while going to and from Rorikstead. The restaurant features very lore-friendly features, such as massive billboards, cheeseburgers and french fries packed in cardboard boxes, and even a mud crab working the ride-through. Inside is more of the same, but at least you can see the man behind the burgers, along with his pet Skeever, who's sure to be breaking at least 3 food and safety laws. So, if you need a quick bite to eat and have gotten tired of cooking fresh food like some grandmother, why not give Burger Jarl's frozen and over-processed patties a try? Number 4. Skyrim has many creepy areas. Apocrypha, the Soul Cairn, and the Dead Body Cleanup Cell are just some examples of such places. But none are quite as mysterious as the Midden. This dungeon beneath the College of Winterhold was historically used to store and discard the many failed or dangerous experiments. As a result, some of the most disturbing parts of this school for magic are stored in this basement. And while the Midden is creepy enough in the vanilla game, it has an aura of tameness that's antithetical to what we're trying to do. The Midden Expanded does exactly what it says on the tin. While the vanilla areas are left mostly untouched, the mod adds many new places and secrets, culminating in a basement fit for a college full of angsty mages. Expect disturbing discoveries such as labs of mad mages, ritualistic altars, and even a new player home. But among the horrors, you'll discover untouched beauties, like sprawling libraries, uncharted forests, and Dwemer ruins lost to time. Just don't look too deep into why a mage was chaining up a flame atronachs. Number 5. Look, I love dogs as much as the next guy, but I'm talking more in the sense of man's best friend. Both in Skyrim and in real life, dogs can be as viciously practical as they are adorably cute. But some people can take their affinity for canines too far. People like the authors behind Marriageable Dogs, a mod so strange that even Steam thought it was too weird for their platform and removed it from the face of the earth. The remnants of its existence that remain show the pretty simple mod where you can court your favorite canine just as you would any other character. Speak to Marimal and get married under the loving embrace of Mara. And as far as I know and hope, that's as far as the mod goes. I'd tell you to give this mod a try, but that's not exactly something I want to condone. nor is it even possible to do any more. So, enjoy knowing the fact that someone wanted to marry dogs in Skyrim, I guess.
Number 6.
Have you ever been dumped with a flurry of arrows and said to yourself, I wish these arrows could stay on me forever? If so, then Wearable Arrows is the mod for you. The mod is just about the stupidest thing on this list, and that's saying something. I could go and describe it for you, but I'm better off just reading the description. The mod contains 4 wearable arrows, 2 in the head, 1 in the knee, and 1 in the arse. Why anyone would want to have an arrow permanently driven up their rear is beyond me. But if you're an uber degenerate, then you can opt for the Extras pack, which contains 2 new arrows to wear, 1 for each breast. Now, you can finally go through your next playthrough living out your arrow fetish. Skyrim truly is a game for everyone.
Number 7.
Despite its age rating, few would call Skyrim a mature game. Swear words are few, the themes are pretty tame, and the biggest amount of violence you're going to see is a few blood splatters. Deadly Mutilation changes this entirely by turning Skyrim's combat from a play fight to a festival of blood. The mod doesn't bother changing enemy AI, damage or skills. Instead, it focuses entirely on the crimson spectacle of bodies being dismembered, exploded, and mutilated. Be prepared to see soldiers cut in half, faces reduced to their skulls, and bandits relieved of their limbs. The mod accounts for all types of damage, not just that from the sword. So, bask in the glee of people getting 4th-degree burns, exploding into a flurry of ice blocks, getting torn apart like shredded carrots by werewolf claws. By the end of a playthrough with this mod, you'll probably have seen more types of injuries than an emergency room surgeon.
Number 8.
Typically, follower mods are one of 3 things: Gooner bait, some character from another game, or an original character with a unique and well-written story. But Rufus isn't your typical follower mod. Rufus introduces a follower like no other. Instead of being something competent in the adventuring field, Rufus is none other than your fat 11-year-old son that you reluctantly have to take care of after your ex drops him off at your door. Is he strong? No. Is he adorable? Hardly. Does he constantly get himself in harm's way only to get knocked unconscious? Very much so. But no matter how many Dwemer ruins and Daedra worshipping camps you take him to, Rufus is, at the end of the day, just a child. So, you should expect him to be a hindrance during stealth, misplace valuables you give him, and often clumsily trip over himself when walking through harsh terrain. And while you can't completely get rid of the boy, you can always have him babysat for a brief period by a friend or lover. While Rufus might be more annoying than Azim and Braith combined at times, I think he more than makes up for it with his never-ending persistence. It's just a shame that the boy won't get off the damn sweet rolls.
Number 9.
With animals such as Arvak, Shadowmare and Barbas, it's astonishing how an unnamed chicken in Riverhood became the most iconic animal in Skyrim. This loathable bird has been the bane of millions of Dragonborn's existence. In a game where bandits, Thalmor, and soldiers can be slain by the dozen without anyone batting an eye, how the hell were we supposed to know that a damn village chicken would give us the equivalent of a 5-star wanted level? As obnoxious as this thing is, we can't deny its untapped power. Even Jarls aren't avenged with such ferocity. Well, the author behind Avenge the Vengeful Spirits of the Riverwood Chicken and I think alike. As the name blatantly implies, the mod adds a new spell into the game that can summon the spirit of this murdered poultry and allow it to fight alongside you. At least that's what it's supposed to do in theory. In reality, the chicken is about as useful as you'd expect it to be. It does no damage, has virtually 0 health, and is more of a decoration than a real summon. Despite this, I think this chicken is still a better follower than those damn Dark Brotherhood assassins you get rid of at the end of that questline.
And finally, number 10.
As much as I love Skyrim, we can all agree that it's long overdue to hang up its cape. The game has been released a whopping 17 times across 3 generations. It's now old enough to be squad wiping you in Fortnite. Think about that. And while we all want to move on to greener pastures, we always tell ourselves to try out just one more build before we shut the game down for good, only to do it all over again next year. But with the Potion of Waiting mod, you'll never have to fear Skyrim's hand pulling you towards another playthrough again. Simply take a swig of this elixir and watch as your character is frozen in time for as long as it takes for Elder Scrolls 6 to come out. I obviously would not recommend using this mod unless you're terminally addicted to the game, but what better way to protest for a damn release date for Elder Scrolls 6 than literally freezing your character in time until its release? A lot. There are probably a lot better ways to protest.
Subscribe to Fall Damage, you milk drinker.